Roko Construction Limited was founded by two German engineers who met in Uganda, Max Kohler and Rainer Roller, in July 1969. The company has been built on the reputation of the two engineers who undertook several multi-billion shillings projects, both for government and private sector. Their reins are now held by Mark Kohler, who took over in 2014. NTV asks Mark Kohler to explain some of the recent projects that the company has completed and others running both for government and private, worth 1.06 trillion shillings.
In the last 10 months, we handed over a number of projects, including ERA headquarters in industrial area, the Insurance Regulatory Authority headquarters, the NSSF fit-out works, and others in the last 10 months. So we are working.
The company has handled several major projects like Bank of Uganda in Mbarara in the 90s, Mbarara Central Market, Workers' House, Crescent Towers, Acacia and Village Malls, and Busoga International Polytechnic in Jinja, among others. So what went wrong in the face of these numerous big completed and ongoing projects?
Experienced delays or non-payments by a number of clients, private and government. Because of those delays, we went and borrowed from financial institutions to cover that gap. And by the time the clients would eventually pay, the money and the interest accumulated in the financial institution would not be covered by that payment, and we would still have outstanding with the bank. Unfortunately, this compounded over a period of time, and it got worse with the advent of COVID. From that time, with the restriction in movement, with the lockdown measures that affected also hardware shops for some time, our turnovers reduced, and it worsened our whole situation. In particular, we had an understanding with one of the development banks in 2019, and the refinancing was tagged to an important project that unfortunately didn't materialize. It was in our pipeline, and we were very confident that we would start it. It was a major project, $85 million. And when that didn't happen, and eventually it ended up in a dispute, that financing was put on hold, and those concessional financing terms were not disbursed to us. So that also worsened our situation.
The company management has been appearing before the Committee of Parliament on Finance, seeking partnership with government by selling to it preferential shares. Roko has ongoing government projects worth 700 billion shillings. So what is the take-home for government before it commits taxpayers' money?
By government investing in Roko, it will help us solve our problem. And for government, it would be a win because they will have a reliable partner that will work on their projects, that will finish them to the level of finishes that we have always done. And on top of that, this investment will be repaid within a period of 8 years. It comes with a dividend.
Since once bitten, twice shy, what is the company's plan to avoid such eventualities in future?
We have done management restructures. We have done cost-cutting exercises, which are ongoing. We are looking at improving efficiencies in terms of pace of works and output, and it is working, and it is not affecting the quality of the work, because that's the main concern. If you reduce your overhead, meaning the number of expatriates that you have, the concern could be that what's happening with the quality. Is the quality going down? No, it is not.
The Finance Committee asked that Roko be audited first, with some suggesting that the government should have liquid shares instead of preferential shares, something that would change the company into a government company that comes with repercussions. So what happens when there is a delay?
Well, our creditors will be greatly affected. Then, of course, our employees, 2,000 on average, plus induced jobs, totaling 13,600. They will lose their jobs. And then, of course, in terms of government, it will also be affected, because we have been one of the biggest taxpayers in the construction industry for so many years.
Questions continue to abound on why several companies struggling with similar financial challenges have not been bailed out by government. Sudil Biaruhanga, NTV.